Welcome back to the Butterball Turkey Show, where we slowly cook all the butterball turkeys in the world, oven roast them, and cook them till they're well done. I like my chicken and steak well done, fellas. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you like in the comment section below, how you like your chicken and steak. I'm your host, Daddy Zeke, and welcome back to the Zeke Peak channel. A viewer asked me this question. He said, make a video about mudsharks. Now, I don't know what exactly his question was. I don't know if he wanted me to dissect these hoes. I don't know if he wanted to know if they're good, like wifey material or girlfriend material. Not wifey material. You guys know better than that to ask me if a chick is wifey material. You guys already know where I stand in terms of marriage. So I don't really know what he meant. All he said is make a video on mudsharks. So, all right, here we go. Now, fellas, there's different levels to this shit. But instead of making it complicated for you guys, I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm only going to be talking about two different levels here. And before I jump into the levels and go deep into this topic, let me just clarify one thing, okay? Two things, actually. Number one, just because she wants to try out a different race of dude doesn't automatically make her a mudshark. If she's in high school, 17, 18-year-old, or college, freshman or sophomore, or junior college, and she's never been with a black guy or a brown guy, and then she just wants to try something out, that's not a mudshark. And we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. What the big difference is between a mudshark and a girl who's a rebel, who wants to try out different things or go against the stigma because it's dangerous, quote unquote. It's dangerous. It makes them feel like they're doing something bad. So it gives them that accelerated adrenaline rush that all these hoes live for throughout their entire 20s and late teens. And they want to live that for the rest of their lives, but gravity and time catches up to them. And we already know what happens to women after the age of 35 that are still single. Anyways, and before that, what's a mudshark, by the way, fellas? Mudshark isn't necessarily a woman who only sleeps around with only black dudes. In my opinion, mudsharks are white chicks who pretty much mess around with brown guys and black guys on a consistent basis, and that's her first priority. Doesn't matter what the hell this dude is about, as long as his skin color is a certain type. If you look at it, in some ways, you could call that racist. I don't think it is, because you guys have to understand the definition of racism, by the way. Just a quick side note. The definition of racism is thinking that your race is superior than other races. Right? Because that's what was happening back where the slavery days were happening, right? Back when the slavery days were happening. That's when this term came up, right? But if a girl is attracted, physically and sexually attracted to a certain kind of man or men, based on their culture, skin tone, ethnicity, background, whatever, that doesn't make her racist. It's just what she prefers sexually and intimately, right? So just to clarify that real quick. And the second thing I want to discuss before I go into the levels is that me personally, I don't give a shit what race of person you are. There's so many stigmas for certain races of people. You know, black people, oh, they got a big schlong. Black people, they're very tough. Black people, they're murderers and crime committers. Black people, they're gangbangers. Black people, they are leaving their kids behind. I mean, yeah, they do. If you compare the statistics, sure, we can sit there all day and say that this group of men do this the most. But when I'm individually looking at a person, I do not associate myself into that kind of thinking of where I'm already coming into the situation with the bias mindset, right? Everybody to me has a clean slate. Now, when I start seeing certain things in you, then I use my judgment in the past, and okay, now we're talking. Like, for example, fellas, we all judge books by its cover, right? And I know I'm going on a different side topic besides the main topic, but that's important. We all know that if a black guy is walking up to you with his pants hanging lower than his butt cheeks, and he has a snapback turned backwards on his head, and he got gold chains, we're probably going to think he's in a gang, right? So appearance matters, yes, absolutely. But I'm not just going to automatically assume that this guy is going to be the most broke guy I've ever met, or this guy's going to have a big schlong, or this guy's going to be the toughest mofo that's out there just because he's black. Because those are the stigmas, the social stigmas that are associated with black people mainly, right? If you're dressing out that way, yeah, and I see that you're wearing Goodwill or Savers clothes on you, then I'm probably going to think you're broke. Or if you don't have a good sense of style, also depends on where I see you. If I see you at the gas station, I'm not going to just assume that, oh, okay, you're just a broke dude, you can't afford good clothes. You're at a gas station, who the hell cares? You can walk out with your underwear. But if you're in a good event and you show up like that, yeah, I'm going to judge you, obviously. But as I interact with you more and more, then my idea about you is going to start becoming more and more obsolete, right? It's going to become more and more concrete. Not initially. Same thing with Hispanic dudes. If I see a Hispanic guy, I'm not going to just automatically think that he likes bean burritos. Right? Like, that's stupid. So that's the shit I'm talking about, is that just because he's black doesn't mean that, oh, he's going to be amazing in bed. Just because he's black doesn't mean that he's going to be able to protect me in every situation, if you're as a girl thinking about all that. Just because he's Asian doesn't mean he has a small pee-pee and he can't do much with it in the bedroom, right? That's the stuff I'm talking about. I'm that type of person. Is when I see a girl or a guy from any ethnicity or background, I always make sure that I talk to this person and or I look at this person's social media accounts, because social media accounts give you a lot of information about who this person is before I start making a judgment about this person. Anyways, now let's go into the details. The first level I have is for girls, white girls, who are not only snow bunnies, but the top tier snow bunnies. See, fellas, what really is a snow bunny? A snow bunny isn't just any white girl who looks good. A snow bunny, the real definition of it, is a spoiled white girl who has that social narrative that everybody thinks that white girls should have. You know, slim body, blonde hair, blue eyes. Or slim body, brunette hair, blue eyes. Or slim body and blonde hair or brunette hair or red hair, whatever, but extremely hot looking in the face. And slim body, like toothpick figure body. You guys know what I'm talking about. Those type of like model looking physique. Those chicks get like 400 or 500 likes on their pictures, and most of these guys are white guys liking their pictures, because that's what white guys are attracted to, right? That's your high level and your real snow bunny. If you're just a regular black dude, you're not going to be able to hit that. I promise you're not going to be able to hit that. Those type of white girls don't go after any type of black dudes. They go after the high level, high status black dudes, brown dudes. What does that mean? That means that if she's in high school, she's going to go after the most good looking and or the most jacked and or the most athletic and or the most famous black guy or Hispanic guy or Asian guy, whatever other race she's into, right? That's what she's going to go after, because his status matches with her status. And at that level, fellas, I mean, when she's at that level of that high status of a girl, that snow bunny narrative, or sorry, that mud shark narrative doesn't really apply to her, because at that level, she's most likely a rebel. She's not a mud shark. I'm gonna get into what a mud shark really is, okay? She's not a mud shark, fellas. She's just a rebel, because she's been grown up around a bunch of white people doing some white people shit, and now she wants to try out different things. Now, if she completely switches around and starts messing around with only black dudes from this point on, which most chicks at that level don't do, I promise you, Most chicks at that high of a level won't do that. They won't just completely stop dating white guys and start dating black guys only because, I don't know, the narrative, social narrative. She likes the social narrative. No, they will not do that. Those women are looking out for their best interest, and that best interest can be provided by any race of guy. You know, you don't have to be black to be famous or rich. You don't have to be white to be famous or rich. You don't have to be Hispanic or Asian to be famous or rich. So that's why these women could be smothered into your bed if you yourself is at that status, at that high level of status, and your skin color really doesn't matter at that point. It's the same concept as a rich black guy. Like, yeah, he might face racism here and there, whatever. People might see that he's rolling up in a Lamborghini or Ferrari, or and so people might think that, oh, he's probably a drug dealer. That's how he got all that money. Sure, I mean, he might face racism here and there, but for the majority of the part, he's in a different tax bracket. It doesn't even make sense for him to be a victim, or to call himself or other people to call him a victim. Most people are going to call him a sellout or an Uncle Tom, to be honest. They're not going to call him a victim. So what's equalizing at that level, by the way? Fame and money. So that's my take on that. And as I was saying, that most white girls don't do that. They don't just completely turn around and do a complete 360 like that. I mean, there are some who do that. Hey, there are definitely some who do that, right? And some of them even end up being in porn, in BBC porn, and then they just make a whole different toll on their life. I mean, there's some girls who are only associating with black athletes, black rappers, but black is not the only thing that these rappers and athletes have in common. The number one thing that they have in common is their status and money. And that's what these white girls are going after. These hot girls, right? I mean, this video, I mean, I could have talked about any other race of hot girls mixed with white hot girls in this level, because this level is really for the elites, right? That we like to call the top level, top tier of people. You can't really call that a mud shark. she's fucking everybody. Girls at that level belong to the community, belong to the streets. The streets of the elite people, not the streets of your regular average Joes and gangbangers. Which brings me to my next level. The next level of white girls who are into colored guys. And these girls are the actual mud sharks. Meaning that you'll notice that these chicks who are only associating themselves with black people and that hood life, that nigga hood life, right? Smoking, partying, they have that money symbol on their bio, or some corny ass line that says catch flights not feeling, some shit like that, or she says that, or some other corny ass bullshit that, oh, my mind is always on the money. Any of that. I'm a go-getter type of bitch. Get the bag. She got tongue piercings, colored hair. These are your white trash, trailer trash park type of hoes. And I will, if you're talking about the economical side, I will add the middle class white girls with the low class, the poor white girls in this category as well, because they all have that exact same mindset, which is what? Which is them staying as a mud shark and as a broke bitch. And that's who you don't want to associate yourself with. These girls are long gone. Like, they're done for, fellas. Their entire life is done for. Most likely they're not even in college. And I mean, we all know that in college, that's a different type of wholeness that's going around in college campuses, right? But these mud sharks right here, fellas, man, they're doing the most out here, and they don't even give a shit if people know about it or don't. At least college chicks are trying to keep it somewhat discreet, right? The sorority girl chicks, they're keeping each other's secrets. What goes behind those closed doors don't really get out, except in that small circle of sorority and fraternity dudes and girls, right? So these mud sharks, fellas, is these are the chicks who we are really calling mud sharks. You'll notice that usually they don't even work out. They're either extremely fat or extremely fucking skinny. And they're going on, lake trips with their besties. Have you noticed this? Mud sharks always have a lake picture there. Like, what the hell is up with that? Out of all the pictures, they got to have a lake picture on there where they're smoking or doing some dumb shit or jumping off of a cliff into the water. I've always noticed that. I haven't seen a single mud shark's profile where I didn't see that. It's mind blowing. But fellas, this is where I had a argument with a couple friend of mine, or not really friend. They were like peers, classmates from high school a few months ago, or I think last month, where I put a story up that said that black guys, or average black guys, get the leftovers when it comes to white girls. And man, this riled up so many black dudes on my Snapchat, but I didn't really give a fuck. Some dude came in and said, "You better take that post down or we're gonna have a problem." I said, "What are you gonna do about it?" I'm not taking shit down. You guys know me, fellas. So, and that's why I made that point earlier, where I said that I don't give a shit what skin tone your skin color is, what ethnicity you are from. I'm gonna treat you the exact same way if you deserve to be treated that exact same way that I treated that other guy from a different race. It's all based on what value you bring around me and my life. What do you show me for me to judge you on? And it is not your skin color. What other values, tangible values that I can measure to judge you? That's what I'm going to judge you on. So that's why I made that point earlier, because this has nothing to do with me being racist. That post that I posted on my Snapchat story, by the way, add me on Snapchat at Wasik, WASIK_69. That story has nothing to do with me being racist or any of that. It's facts. And that's why I always tell you guys, especially black guys, that you guys need to get your standards up, man. No, you guys don't like it thick. No, she's not a pog. She's a land whale. A pog is a white girl with tiny slim waist and a fat ass. Like, ooh, like PHAT. Fat. But that's it. That's the only thing that's fat about her, is those cheeks behind her. Everything else better be athletic or on the lower side of thick or just slim. That's a pog. What's a pog mean, by the way? Fat ass white girl, right? That's what POG stands for. PAWG. Fat, PHAT, ASS, white girl. That's a true pog right there. So that's why I always tell you guys need to get this up, because all I see is that these black guys are settling with these mud sharks. Chicks who have nothing to offer to them. Chicks who have already been hella ran through. And most likely, fellas, you'll notice that these chicks had some sort of family issues. Father and mother not together. Mother and father are from very low income families. Father's probably most likely doing blue collar job. Mom's been a former whore, cock hopper. And that's why I always tell you guys, not only black men, but all men. Men doing white collar job, blue collar job, Asian, brown, black, all men needs to get our standards up, man. You do blue collar job, that doesn't mean you have to settle with a former cock hopper who got nothing going on for herself. You should be shooting your shot with doctors and lawyers who are women. Yeah, you're a blue collar worker, so what? Yeah, she makes more money than you, so what? You should still be shooting your shot with doctors and lawyers and high status women, when it comes to high status in a sense of women having their shit together in their life. Because we live in 2021, fellas. Come on now, let's be realistic. Give up that dream of, trying to find that 18, 19-year-old virgin who's submissive and feminine and very good looking and gonna serve you, okay? Be realistic. That's what you should be shooting your shot with. That's what I mean when I say get your standards up. But yeah, these white girls also do Xanax, Molly, all sorts of pills. Weed is just like another day for them. They probably wake up from the morning and start smoking weed and go to bed smoking weed. I got nothing against smoking weed, but when you're doing it excessively, I have a problem with that. Same thing with no-fap, porn, all that. Like, there should be a balance in everything you do in life. Same thing with weed. These girls have excessive piercings, most likely tattoos, colored hair, all sorts of damage signs, fellas. So yes, I would also put these mud sharks type of girls in that damaged category. And you should never date a mud shark, even if you're a black guy yourself. Just because she only slept around with black guys in the past doesn't mean that she's not going to cheat on you now. Just because you're black. Oh, she only messed around with black guys, so I'm black. Okay, cool. So that means she's going to be loyal and submissive to me. That means I just found myself a wifey. No, it doesn't. When white girls go against their, do a complete 360 and go with these black dudes, you have to understand the reason behind that. Why are they? And this is when that conversation, like, this is a very deep topic, by the way. This is when the conversation of money comes in, and that stereotype comes in, that, oh, black people don't make enough money, so that's why they live in the projects, and that's why these low level or even mid-class to low level white girls are associating themselves with that, because these white girls are not accepted by the white guys who have a way higher status than these white girls, and they only mess around with other white girls who are at their level, who are at their status level, and that's why these girls are left out, and they go to the black community in the projects. And in the projects, we know what's happening in the black community. They're gangbangers, shooting up people's houses, doing drugs, doing street stuff, and that's when these white girls get associated with these type of dudes. And they imprint on them. They even give them some kids. All of this is interlinked together. And you have to think about all these things when you come across a girl, a white girl, or any girl really, fellas. There's so many things you have to think about. And I try to give you guys all sorts of different points in my channel, all sorts of directions to look at certain things, to make your judgment on if you should really invest on this girl or not. But fellas, this has nothing to do with me being racist or any of that. I have nothing against black guys. Most of my friends, if not all of my friends, most of my friends, my really close friends, are all black. My dad is black. By the way, you guys didn't know that, did you? You thought I was just complete Hispanic or brown. Or no, I'm mixed, fellas. But most guys can't see that because I have Mexican hair, I have Hispanic hair, Mexican hair. As I talk about I'm stereotyping myself. Anyways, yeah, I got Hispanic dude's hair, straight hair. I don't have curly black hair. So people think, oh, I'm just either Hispanic, Arabic, or any other race. What exactly my races are, that's not important. So don't even ask me about that in the comment section below. But fellas, I would highly stay away from these type of mud sharks. They're going clubbing and bar hopping all the damn time. They're most likely working at some fast food joint or some retail, or they're probably a CNA or RN or some bullshit like that. Something very low paid, just getting the bills paid, just getting your life moving and just living somehow. I'm not even going to put the word comfortably in there. Just living, just passing by with the bare minimum. They have no goal or no ambition for the future. They're not career oriented at all, most likely. If they do, if they are career oriented and they want to go to college, you'll see that they're always taking breaks from one semester to the next semester to the next semester, or they're going for some bullshit ass college degree. But I mean, that's most women anyways, right? So these are just your bottom of the barrel type of white girls. And yeah, you might find some really fine looking white girl here and there who's a mud shark. But dude, please try to look past the looks, okay? Look past the appearance. Try to understand that this is a damaged good in the head. And if you can score a one-nighter with her or a quick hookup with her, quickie with her, sure, that's fine. But I would still highly recommend that if you're a high-value man, I would recommend that you keep yourself away from her. Like, you keep your information away from her. She doesn't need to know what you do. She doesn't need to know how much money you make. Don't even bring her to your house. Take her to a hotel. And if you have multiple cars because you're rich, take the ugliest or the least expensive car out to go out with her. if you're just gonna do a one night stand. Do not, fellas, if you're high value men, do not put these type of trash in your rotation. Please don't. Sure, you can fuck them, but hey, even that comes with some risks. But I'm not gonna be that guy who's gonna come in here and say, oh, always make sure you're safe. This, that. Like, dude, if you just be smart when you're just doing one night hookups and one night stands, okay? Don't do dumb shit. Don't try to rape the chick. Don't try to do something she doesn't want to do, okay? You'll be okay. And try to avoid giving your phone numbers to them. Use your Snapchat or Instagram or other social media accounts to communicate with her, all right? The less she knows about you, the better you are. These type of girls. That's really it, fellas. I mean, I highly doubt anything I said came across untrue to you guys, because I appreciate a lot of you guys who have the balls to come in here and admit that what I'm saying is true. Because some of you guys are going to watch this, either you're not going to even have the balls to say it out loud, or B, or B, or B, you're going to be even bigger of a coward and just leave comments on here saying that, oh, this is not true. Or C, which is even worse out of all three, is you're not even going to admit it to yourself. You don't even have the balls to admit it to yourself, which is the worst out of them all. But I really appreciate you guys being smart and understanding the truth. I mean, that's what the red pill does to you, right? But fellas, these are damaged goods. Okay, mud sharks are completely damaged goods. And that's why her past matters, because history repeats itself. I know I give you guys a lot of points on this video, and I don't think I missed anything out of this video that I didn't talk about. If you guys have anything else to add to this video, to this topic, put it down in the comment section below so that all of us can learn and grow together. Because it's not one person right here, me, myself. It's not me being perfect and knowing it all, right? I'm not Mr. Know-It-All. I'm learning every single day, and so should you. Follow me on Instagram at ZekePeak. Hopefully this video made sense. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.